are you doing today? You're using some new tooth polish, huh? You went to the dentist. Nice, nice. It's good to get your yearly checkup, twice a year cleaning. Well, so class, today we're going to talk about the drafting process. You know how those English teachers and sometimes your history teacher, your psychology teacher, they want to assign drafts, multiple drafts. Can't you just write the paper and be done with it? Well, there's a reason why you write drafts. And I'm going to tell you this reason today. And I think if you could get this in your mind and you realize what's going on in the drafting process, I think you'll have a more engaging experience writing, and your papers will turn out better. And as a result of better papers, that usually equals better grades. So let's talk about what's actually going on in the drafting process. So in the 70s and 80s, and even today, scholars like to study composition. What's going on when students are drafting or when they're writing? And so this one scholar by the name of Sondra Perl, she came up with this model. And we're going to use a 4-draft model. You know, first draft, second draft, third draft, fourth draft, that's the draft you turn into the teacher. So what happens during this phase? 2 things are going on: understanding and clarification. And there's a line. Let me make sure I draw this the correct way. Here's the line. Here's how the graph goes. Maybe a little bit straighter line, but here's how the graph goes. So on your first draft, all of this is understanding. You're trying to comprehend your topic. This is usually because you're writing in the middle of night instead of going to the library and working on it. I see this a lot, and I can't underscore how important it is not to turn in this draft to your teacher. That's because as you're trying to understand your topic, how are your words coming out? As you're trying to grapple with what is the meaning of what I'm writing and why do I need to know it, and how does it help me prove my point? How does it help me how does it support my claim? You're trying to figure all that out. But you know what happens right before, when your first draft is due, you give it the once over, the quick read for clarification. So you've got about this much clarification going on. Maybe about 10% clarification going on with that first draft. Want to make sure it's kind of readable for your teacher. So on the second draft, you could see that there's a little bit less understanding going on. That's because you've had some time to sit with and think with your topic, about your topic. You've had some time to talk with others about your topic. Maybe you read another article about your topic. And clarification, now suddenly you're catching a few more things. I didn't cite that correctly, did I? I need to fix that. Oh my, what was I even thinking in this paragraph? It doesn't make sense. So you start to clarify a little bit more for your reader. And then on draft number 3, Dino, are you eating in class again? I know it's almost lunch. I know. We'll get through this soon. Okay, so on draft number 3, you've got, it's about, well, in here it's about 50-50, but you've got even more clarification going on, and then by the time you get to draft 4, you're usually more interested in the clarification, but you're doing a little bit of fact checking. So if you are cognizant of this with the drafting process, you're going to understand why your teachers assign so many papers. And as a result, now that you know you're grappling with understanding, and you allow yourself the freedom to really just immerse yourself in that first draft. First drafts, they're supposed to be messy. They should be messy. Don't worry so much about the clarification. If your teacher assigns multiple drafts, take advantage of that. Because you know what happens on draft 2? Teacher wants to see change on it. Doesn't he or she want to see that change? So you're going to be making mistakes on this first draft, and that's okay. Use this time, work on a little bit of clarification on it, but you know you've got until the final draft to get ready. So really get into your topic. Take some chances. Draft 2 is a great paper to take chances on. That's where you could try, you could test it out. You could say, here's my claim, and here's how I'm supporting that claim. And you'll know because you're going to get feedback between drafts 2 and 3. Then on draft 3, you can say, uh-oh, they totally did not understand that, what I was trying to say in that paper, so I better fix these things. So now you fix them, you've gained some clarification, And now you're getting ready to make that final draft. And so the peer review or the teacher review or whatever it is, now we're more interested in clarification. So go armed with that knowledge, be a good writer, take your time writing, and enjoy the process.